No one expected anything unusual to happen that quiet Saturday morning. Not in a small neighborhood, where the biggest excitement was usually someone trimming their hedges too early. But as it turns out, the most unbelievable moments in life never announce themselves. They just happen, quietly, unexpectedly, in the middle of ordinary life. And if it wasn't for the camera recording everything, no one, absolutely no one, would have believed what this cat did to the baby. It all began in the cozy living room of the Wyatt family. The soft morning light streamed through half-open blinds, warming the hardwood floors and the cream-colored rug where baby Noah was lying on his stomach, kicking his tiny feet, making his gentle baby sounds. He was 3 months old, still discovering the world, still amazed by every shape, every color, every shadow. And nearby, on the arm of the couch, sat Milo. Milo wasn't just any cat. He was the kind of cat that made people laugh when they first met him. Not because he was funny-looking, but because he carried himself with the seriousness of a retired philosopher. This tabby cat, with his wide green eyes, thick stripes, and calm posture, had been part of the family long before Noah arrived. And to everyone's surprise, Milo had taken the baby's arrival far better than expected. During the pregnancy, Sarah, Noah's mom, worried endlessly about how the cat would react. She read article after article, watched videos, and asked every friend who had ever owned a pet. Cats get jealous, one person warned. Milo might act out, another said. You should be careful. Babies intimidate pets. Those warnings created a small knot in her stomach. But the moment they brought Noah home from the hospital, all her fears slowly melted away. Milo didn't hiss. He didn't act jealous. He didn't hide or try to climb onto the baby's things. Instead, he simply watched, carefully, curiously, and quietly. Still, no one expected him to become attached. Milo was known for being independent, loving the family, but always on his own schedule. He chose when he wanted to be touched, when he wanted to sit on someone's lap, and when he wanted to disappear to the upstairs bedroom for some serious alone time. But that morning, Milo behaved strangely, differently, in a way that even Sarah didn't recognize. Sarah's husband, Tim, had placed Noah on his tummy for some supervised tummy time, something the pediatrician recommended to build strength. Meanwhile, Sarah set up her phone. The camera was pointed at Noah, capturing the baby's tiny wiggles, his adorably frustrated attempts to lift his head, and Milo lounging just a few feet away. At first, everything seemed normal. But then, Milo perked up. His ears twitched, his head tilted slightly, and he began watching Noah with laser-focused attention. Look at him, Sarah said, smiling. He's curious. Tim laughed. He's probably wondering why the human kitten can't walk yet. They both chuckled, thinking nothing more of it. But Milo's attention continued. His eyes followed every tiny movement Noah made. The way the baby's hand curled and uncurled. The way his legs pushed against the blanket. The small sound he made every time he tried to lift his head. And then Milo did something neither parent expected. He jumped off the couch and walked straight toward the baby. Sarah held her breath. Tim instinctively leaned forward, ready to intervene. But Milo didn't act aggressive or territorial. He didn't swat or hiss or do anything alarming. Instead, he sat down, very slowly, right beside Noah's head. He looked at the baby, then at the door, then back at the baby. He lifted his paw, and gently, so gently it was almost delicate, Milo placed his paw right on top of the baby's tiny head. It wasn't a push, it wasn't rough. It was almost like a soft pat, a touch, a gesture of reassurance. But what happened after that? No one would have believed if the camera hadn't captured every second. Milo didn't remove his paw. He held it there, steady, focused, as if he was doing it on purpose. Sarah whispered, "Tim, is he protecting him?" Tim shook his head in disbelief. "I have no idea." They watched closely, trying to understand what Milo was thinking. Then, the reason became perfectly clear. From the hallway came a faint clicking sound, followed by slow, uneven footsteps. Noah's grandma's dog, Peanut, a small, elderly chihuahua with a habit of wandering the house whenever someone accidentally left the gate open. Peanut wasn't dangerous. He wasn't mean. But he was unpredictable. And Milo knew that. The cat always kept an eye on Peanut, especially when the little dog got too excited around the baby. Peanut's nails made that familiar tapping on the hardwood floor as he walked toward the living room. And Milo's paw pressed just a little more firmly on Noah's head, not hurting him, not holding him down, but almost telling him, "Stay still, don't move, I've got you." Then Milo turned his body to face the hallway, his back arched slightly, not in aggression, but in alertness. He watched as Peanut ambled closer, sniffing the floor, not noticing anything unusual. The little dog wasn't doing anything wrong, but he had a habit of walking too close to the baby without understanding personal space. Sarah's eyes widened. "He's blocking him." Tim whispered, "He's guarding the baby." Peanut reached the edge of the rug, still sniffing around, still not realizing what he was approaching. And Milo did something incredible. He stood up, slowly, deliberately, and positioned himself right between Peanut and baby Noah. His tail puffed only slightly, more in caution than fear. He didn't hiss, he didn't swat, he didn't even make a sound. He just stood there, tall and alert, like a guard protecting something precious. Peanut stopped, confused, staring at the cat blocking his way. Milo didn't budge. After a few seconds, Peanut simply turned around and shuffled back down the hallway. And once the dog was gone, Milo walked right back to Noah, sat down next to him, and gently touched his head again, almost like he was checking to make sure the baby was okay. Sarah brought her hands to her mouth. "Oh my God, Tim, he was protecting him." Tim shook his head slowly. "I never thought I'd see the day." But the unbelievable part wasn't just the cat's reaction. It was what happened next. Milo didn't leave Noah's side for the rest of the morning. He followed every tiny movement, watched every breath, listened to every baby sound. He stayed with him during tummy time, during diaper changes, during naps. And that afternoon, when Sarah finally sat down to review the time-lapse footage, she gasped, because on the screen, sped up but absolutely clear, was every detail. Milo reacting, Milo watching, Milo guarding, Milo stepping between the baby and the dog, Milo returning to check on him, Milo gently. It looked almost intentional, like instinct, or responsibility, or love. Sarah uploaded a few seconds of it to her private family group chat. Within minutes, everyone was texting back. "No way that's real. Milo? Guarding? I need to see that again." Tim's brother even replied, "If you told me this happened without video proof, I wouldn't have believed it." And that was the truth. No one would have believed it, not without the recording. The video soon became a treasured memory for the Wyatts, a rare captured moment, showing that animals sometimes understand far more than we give them credit for. Milo wasn't just a cat anymore. He was part of the baby's world, a silent guardian, a watchful companion, a gentle protector. And from that day on, Milo never let Noah out of his sight. No matter where the baby was, on the blanket, in the bassinet, during playtime, Milo was always nearby, always alert, always watching, not as a pet, but as a friend, a companion, a protector, and a reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable stories happen quietly, in warm living rooms, on sunny mornings, when no one expects anything extraordinary at all. If it wasn't recorded, no one would have believed what this cat did to the baby. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts below. Your support helps us share more incredible real-life stories just like this one.